Hello, all you Wookiee warriors. How's it going? So, this is going to be my One Piece Netflix review. I just finished watching all 8 episodes. There's going to be a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. First off, I do want to let you guys know that if you guys watch my channel, you guys know that I'm a big anime fan, as well as a One Piece fan. I have all the One Pieces. I love watching One Piece. I'm actually even considering getting a One Piece tattoo. But besides the point. That's besides the point. And I was actually really excited to hear that Netflix was going to do a live action version of One Piece. And I went in there with I don't want to say it was terrible, but like I said, I went in there with high expectations, and yeah, let's get into it. I know I said that 3 times now. I haven't done a review in a while, so bear with me. So first things first, I want to talk about the cast. The people they got to do the cast was well done. They chose very well. They chose the right actor to play Luffy. Although I feel that sometimes, I feel that Luffy is a little bit too goofy. Oh, he's just goofy. No, when he's pissed, he's pissed. And I think the only time I actually saw that is when they did the Arlong part. Even though there need to be better parts. We'll be getting into that in the review. Zoro, I don't know, man. Zoro's kind of a mixed bag for me. The actor, I can tell he tried very, very, very hard to bring Zoro to life. I mean, he's not an easy character to do, because the one thing he got right was that he is kind of like a very mellow character at the most part, but he's kind of a balance though. He has his nonchalantness throughout the series, but he also he kicks back, he laughs, it's always very funny, like when Luffy does something stupid and Zoro's always the one that gets distorted at the stick in the show. It was like when Luffy is doing one of his moves and he accidentally shoots Zoro off the boat, and he's like, "Why is it always me?" But they also got Usopp casted very well. But hang on, I'm sorry. I want to go back to Zoro. They throughout the 8 episodes, it wasn't until the last episode I actually saw him crack a smile. Where pretty much the whole thing, he's like almost emotionless. He's like, like he couldn't be bothered less. Like it's almost emo. I want to put it that way, is that he was very emo throughout the whole thing. He was not nonchalant. He was very like, I don't care. Why am I here? But it wasn't until the very last episode I started seeing more of the Zorro. I don't know if that was a problem with the writing or the actor just is trying his hardest from his cues. I don't know. Sanji was perfect. They got the guy who they got one. Boom, Sanji. He just nailed Sanji perfectly. Boom, done. I have nothing to say about the actor and Sanji because he was just perfect. Especially the bickering behind Sanji. Although I think the only thing I could say about Sanji, I feel that they took his. I can't even say it without a straight face. Is one of the characters is like things about Sanji is that he's always trying to impress Nami. Nami, dear. You know, I feel that they took that off the screen a little bit, but they definitely nailed Sanji perfectly. A lot of the characters that you come through the story, they nailed perfectly. Like Seth, the Redfoot Seth, they got him perfectly done. Some of the villains that you introduced to really did a great job. You can tell that there was a lot of passion that they put into their roles. Like Buggy the Pirate, the guy who got to play. At first, I was like, "Whoa, that's Buggy," and because Buggy's actually kind of more of a bigger guy in the anime, but you know, I kind of took that off after a little while. I'm like, wait a second. I want to see what they do. I want to see what their adaptation is going to be. So I kind of let that go for a while. And the guy did a really good job playing Buggy. You could tell he had a lot of fun playing the character. Then we had Axe Hand Morgan. Oh my gosh, man. They needed to do a little bit more work on his costume. I'm sorry, but at least make his jaw, the metal thing covering his jaw, a little bit bigger, because it was very weird. Not to mention the character. I don't know. They could have. It was weird seeing Axe Hand Morgan the way he was in the real life adaptation. But you know, like I said, drop your expectations when it comes to that. I'm trying to think of his name was Luffy's friend who wanted to be Merlin. Cody. I know I was going to think about the name. I just finished watching it. They did a good job casting Cody. Kobe. Sound very similar. Also, Axe Hand Morgan's son. They did a very good job with him. Red Hair Shanks. Oh boy. Now that's a. I gotta keep it down. I forgot. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. That's a. Sorry, my camera got a little blurry. I hope it doesn't refocus. That's a hard one because I can tell that the actor definitely tried his hardest. And Shanks is just one of those characters that's really, really not easy to do. One, they put a lot of detail into Shanks' character, like they gave him the claw, the scar in his eye. You know, they even brought it down to the part where, you know, he was getting booze spilled on him, and he was just laughing it off, even though he was probably really, like, can you imagine someone throwing booze in your face? Yeah, you'd be ticked off too, but you know, that's not Shanks. You know, Shanks doesn't want to start a fight in the bar. You know, he's trying to have a good, decent time. And even his men are like completely stone-faced in the anime and in the movie. and I'm sorry, the Netflix TV show, they're all stone faced, like, oh, what's going to happen? And Shanks just kind of rushes it off. He doesn't care. But one of the coolest moments, I don't know how the actor would have done it, but I would have appreciated them having it in the show, is one of, like, Shanks basically gives a speech to the bandits. And he's like, in the anime, he's like, you can toss booze on me. Heck, you can spit in my face. And most days, I'll just laugh it off. But I will not tolerate you hurting my friends. And he even gives, like, this guy pointing a gun at him. He's like, guns aren't meant for threats. They're meant for action. And one of his guys actually shoots the guy. And in the anime, I'll mind it here. But they did bring the very heartwarming scene where Shanks loses his arm to save Luffy. Although the banter, like when he actually they bring it back, but I wish they would have done some more humor to it. It's like, you're gonna spit out every piece right now. But it was too late for Luffy at that point. But it seemed like the actor had a hard time trying to bring, Shanks' character to life. I don't know if it was just the mannerisms or the actor just... I don't know. Sometimes it just sounded very weird. Although I saw a little bit more of Shanks towards the end of the show. So I was like, why couldn't the actor have done that to begin with? Now let's get into more of the show. It seems like they rushed it. That's what I'm going to honestly say, is it was rushed. The show started off with a good premise. They started off with, like, the original first episode where Luffy is drifting. They even showed, like, him on a boat instead of just being in a barrel. They actually showed that he was actually in a boat. And quick thinking, he knocked over one of his food supplies and put himself in the barrel. And he got picked up by Velveeta. Which, by the way, Velveeta in the show, in the anime series, was old. Was not attractive woman until she ate I think it was like the silk flute. But I think they did. I think they casted her pretty well. She did a very, very good job. So I wonder what they're gonna do when she actually eats the silk fruit. So I wonder if they're gonna get an entirely different actress. I don't know. It's a very hard thing to do if they're not even gonna do that in the show, because it would be very, very, very hard to do, because it would practically be a whole different actress. They even got Arlong really good. I actually had a weird idea of, like, what if The Rock played Arlong? But that's kind of one of the things I want to talk about in this review. Is, like I said, it felt rushed after the first initial few minutes of the show. Like, everything just kind of they rushed everything. They took snippets, it seemed like, from the animes, and like, oh, that's a cool scene, let's do that, and they kind of rushed it, and they didn't do much build up. And I feel that's how the anime was, at least in my opinion, and why the anime was so successful, is they did a lot of character building. Like, they built up Luffy, they built up the relationship with the pirates, and how they came together. And pretty much, like, even Zoro, they kind of misplaced some of the scenes. Like, like Zoro would eat the food off the floor the girl had just made, when actually she made the rice cake and delivered it to him in the thing, and the Acting Morgan stomped on it, and there was dirt everywhere. And Luffy's like, "You really want to eat this?" He said, "Yes," and he ate everybody and told the girl. So I don't mind that they switched that around at all, but it was like for the first episode was actually fairly well done. I don't know if Nami. I can't remember if Nami was in that town at that time. I don't think she was trying to steal a pen up with the Grand Line. I don't fully remember. It's been a while since I watched the whole anime series. But after that, it was really, really weird. Like they did, and it was like they did multiple episodes in 1 hour. So it was like you're watching it's almost like having jet lag, because you're like, and you can't follow track. What I think they should have done was 24-minute episodes, and they could have done more. Or at least if you wanted to do 8, do 30 minutes, and then do 8 episodes, and see how well people react to it. But it seemed like they were just trying to throw everything in there. Like for instance, Buggy. There were so many things they missed on that one. Like, for instance, the mayor. The crazy, kooky mayor who would wear, wanted to fight with a spear, and he's like, I'm going to fight for my city. And Luffy's like, knocks him out. Yeah, that's totally taken out. The dog defending the food shop. The animal food shop. That's taken out, too. The lion tamer and the lion. Well, I think the lion was taken out because I don't think you could actually get a big lion unless you wanted to do CGI. Which the CGI in the show was actually really good. Like when the Sea King came out, that was really cool. And especially with Luffy stretching where he was, that was really good. But it definitely felt very rushed, because after that it went to another segment and another segment and another segment, and that was your whole hour. And then the next episode they went to the Baratie, and they didn't do any character building. And then they introduced Luffy's grandpa early. Yeah, we didn't know that was Luffy's grandpa for a while. And then we were introduced to Hawkeye Mihawk. Yeah. Instead of having a cool intro, he becomes basically a bounty hunter for the Admiral. The Admiral 6 Hawkeye Mihawk on Luffy. Yeah. And also we don't get the fight with Don Krieg. Yeah. Hawkeye Mihawk kills everyone except for one person who gets the meal. Doesn't take it back to Krieg and have that big epic fight. No. We pretty much get substituted with Mihawk and Zoro. Although Zoro, he did a very good job in that scene. He did a very good job bringing the emotion that Zoro had at that time. I also feel like we missed another cool part is when Zoro joins up with Luffy's crew. He actually fights and defends him. And he says, "Just doing my job, Captain." I can't remember what episode that was, though. I gotta go back and watch all the One Piece. I was almost halfway through it, at least with Netflix version of it, not the show, but the anime I don't know if they really ever get good about sorting through their episodes. Trying to think, because I was walking my dog and I had a whole slew of things I wanted to say during the review. Arlong. Yeah, so we actually get introduced to Arlong right after Mihawk just like, I want to see what you guys do. Even though your friend will be fine, I just gave him a nice big paper cut. Yeah. He's looking for Luffy because he has the treasure map he wants. And yeah, I don't remember Arlong actually leaving Arlong Park in the anime for the Baratie. So he ends up becoming the new big bad, and we do get some good points from Luffy, like when Nami. We get the points between him and Nami. We do get the betrayal portrayed very well. That's what I'm also trying to get is that it jumps around a lot. Like there's good snippets, and then it just jumps to another thing. And if, as I said, it would have been better if they just did 30-minute video, 20 or 30 minutes per episode, and work on building the show. But it was like, oh shoot, we can't do that. No. But yeah, he becomes the new big bad. We do get the Arlong Park fight, even though we don't get the octopus fight. There are a few, like I remember, if I understood, is that the whole town knew of Nami's, at least in the anime. I was under the assumption everyone knew. But no one knew what Nami was doing. It was much later that Nami. I think it was that they found out. I think it was like the sister eventually told them, or they found. Yeah, I think they found the sister eventually found out and told them after because she found out when they were young. Nami told her sister everything. And told the town, and the town agreed not to let Nami know that they knew. They kept on paying the tribute. They kept everything hush-hush. Because they didn't want her suffering being for nothing or something like that. We also missed out on two characters, which was the two bounty hunters, Jason, I think was his name, or Johnny Boy. I can't remember the other guy's name. But we missed those guys. I guess they just couldn't cast them, or I don't know. There's so many things they could have done with the show that. I understand it's coming out for a second season. If it's anything like the first season, I am not gonna watch it. They could have done a way better job. And also the fights, man. Like the big fights felt rushed. Like, oh. Imagine playing a video game for 6 seconds. And the boss fight's done. You know? Hey, guess what? We're done. And move on. That's kind of how it felt. Like all the big boss fights, like even with Buggy the Clown, there was no nothing emotionally grabbing you. It was just Oh, fight. Oh, let's all hang up on him. Boom, boom, done. Oh, and even the Arlong fight was pretty short. It was actually a lot longer. We don't even get the funny bits where Luffy takes out his teeth and uses them as a weapon. Puts them in his mouth. I guess they thought, like, oh, that would be a little unsanitary. I'm like, dude, it'd be funny. Because those wouldn't really be the teeth. The guy wouldn't be like taking the teeth out of the other actor's mouth and put them in his mouth. That'd be unsanitary, but it'd be kind of funny to try to put that on the show. But the emotional, one of the things I liked when Luffy was telling Nami he would help her. Of course, I'll help you. And he actually did the big hands in the air and like, I'll help you. And then he's doing the epic walk. He's going, let's go. And they're all going, right. Roger, Captain. I gotta say, the guy who shoots the water out of his mouth like a pistol, I gotta say he was really weird. I mean, granted, it would been pretty hard to do his because in this anime he has a very long mouth. They kind of just made him. If you guys ever watch Dick Tracy, there's a big guy that has a kind of like a big mouth like that. That's pretty much what they did. And now they have at the very end the show. They have the tidbit from Smoker. I'm trying to figure out who's going to be the guy playing Smoker. Geez, I mean, I know that the writers there's writers on strike, but Netflix is, dude, what's going on with you guys? I mean, I was actually pretty hyped. I was like, oh, cool, this would be pretty fun. And they had a lot of good talent. It's just, why would you guys rush it? Why would you guys rush the episodes? I mean, in summary, you guys I could have watched it in 10 seconds. That's how much they rushed it in the episodes. It's like, work on building out the character. It shouldn't have been like watching the anime. You had it done for you pretty much. All you got to do is transpose it. Again, this is the same argument I've made with The Witcher. You guys had the work done. All you guys had to do was transpose it onto real live action. And all you guys had to do was take the episodes and turn them into live action. Instead of taking like snippets and turning it into an hour. Or almost an hour. It was like each episode is like 56 to 58 minutes long. I'm not kidding. Except for the first episode, which was like about an hour and 2 minutes runtime for that one episode. After that, it was just like, let's move snippets. Let's rush it. It was like someone was there holding the fast forward button a lot. I really hope maybe season 2 gets better. And if these young actors, I really hope that these guys would actually do get more roles, because I could definitely see some of them are very, 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 very talented. I shouldn't say some of them. A lot of the cast I've mentioned, a lot of people, the actors, the people I've mentioned, did a great job. They should get more roles. But if you guys have Netflix, my personal opinion, I would go watch the anime than the real live action adaptation on Netflix, because it's way better. The anime is way better than the live action. I mean, if you want to watch it, by all means, just to see the actors or to see what they did, by all means, go for it. If the second season comes out, I might check the first few episodes out, but I'm pretty much calling it a debunk at this point because I wasn't captured like I was with the first episode of One Piece. Like I remember when the first One Piece first came out, I was hooked, and I love watching it. I have the Jolly Roger of. Oh no, I don't. I'm thinking of. Darn it! I was thinking of Fairy Tail. I have the Fairy Tail flag. I need to get the Jolly Roger for One Piece. Oh. But yeah, I'm probably not going to watch it again. If I'm gonna watch One Piece, I'll watch the anime. So I definitely. It's a hard thing for me to give this a low rating because I really enjoyed the actor's performance, but because of how Netflix did the episodes and rushing everything and taking away all the emotional depth, I'd have to give the show a 3, man. I'm sorry. And Netflix, seriously, dude, I wanted to give you guys at least oh yeah, we got one. And I wanted to give you guys a higher rating, but dude, I can't. This is one show I cannot be forgiving on. It's one of my favorite shows. It'd be like doing a live adaptation of Naruto, man. You guys do what you guys did with if you guys are gonna do Naruto live adaptation, don't do what you guys with One Piece. I don't know if the decision to do all that with One Piece was because there are so many episodes. You guys are trying to fit as much into an hour you can, but that's not how you tell a story, man. Don't do Naruto either, because if you guys do it, I guarantee you guys are gonna have pitchforks. I'm not gonna, start lighting my torch and going but I'm literally gonna be going laughing at you because you guys, come on, you can't call me a non-Naruto fan. But my sister, it took me a while before I can get my sister to say Naruto. My sister said Naruto. But yeah, if you guys can't do the anime justice, don't do it all. That's my review, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be posting this shortly. This will be today's video. This was a very unplanned video as well, because I didn't know if I was going to do a review for it, but I actually was walking, I'm like, oh, cool, I can actually do a review. And this is based on my opinion, me observing it, and I wanted to make the video as fresh as possible. I just finished watching all 8 episodes. I started it just yesterday evening, yeah. And very underwhelming. And oh, by the way, I gotta say it. Hawkeye Mihawk, the guy they got to play Hawkeye Mihawk, beautiful performance. He captured Mihawk perfectly. But again, despite some of the caveats I said, I can't reward it a 5. I can't reward it a 10. 3 is the best I can do, and that's being nice. If you get, like I said before, if you guys want to watch One Piece, watch the anime. Again, this is my review. I haven't done a review in quite a while. Let me know, guys, down in the comment section below. What you guys thought of the review. Have you seen the Netflix show? Are you planning on watching it after my review? I'd like to know all those. I'd like to hear all those in the comment section below. Also, how did I do in the review? This is how I improve, by leading your guys' feedback your guys' feedback, your guys' thoughts. I look forward to those. Till our next adventure, guys. I'll see you all. Oh, sorry. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are all having a Wookiee'Tastic day. And I'll see you all on our next adventure. Till next time. See ya.